All right, so my name is Aneya Raynor. I am a senior graphic design major at the University of Mobile. I am currently making a magazine that is catered to nothing but Black women. It comes from a long story. I didn't really get too much into it, but it's definitely something that's dear to my heart, and I'm very appreciative of it. I'm ready when you are. So, reflecting who you represent. When I started thinking about this talk, I got very nervous. When I get nervous, I decide I want to talk to my parents. I get just completely frustrated. And it gets to the point where I talk about my problems so much that my parents don't even say a word. Talk about being hashtag cautious. A perfect example of when we handle problems with caution is when we talk about our dreams. When we talk about our dreams and aspirations to other people, whether it's mom, dad, sister, brother, grandparent, best friend, spouse, or even strangers, how do you describe it? Do you walk through a plan of action, or how will you make those dreams a reality? Does your words describe someone who look like you, act like you, or even think like you? Are you reserved or are you unapologetic? It's innate to protect our dreams from outsider intruders, so much that we can make ourselves the sidekick to our own very dreams. Now ask yourself this very important question. When you describe your dreams and aspirations to someone, does that individual see the same thing you see? Do they envision someone who reflects your identity? If you don't think they do, then we need to change their way of thinking. My dreams began with something so common that most people of color have experienced at least one point in their lives. It's called misrepresentation. Not only is there a lack of representation amongst the Black and Brown communities, but we also are being represented incorrectly. It comes from a variety of forms such as job titles, positive and influence movie stars and artists, presidents, deans of colleges and universities, CEOs, CIOs, CFOs, and the owners of multi-billion-dollar company and franchises, or the nail hitter for me, the person on the cover of a magazine. As a child, it was uncommon to see Black and Brown people represented respectfully, and even more scarce to see a Black or Brown woman being represented properly. Women of color have been placed at the lower end of pedestal of success. We have this uncharming false identity associated to us that causes others to view us as loud, rude, unprofessional, lackadaisical, untimely, overbearing, bossy, stuck up, and countless of other negative words that does not represent or define us. We need to pop those bubbles and deteriorate those barriers and glass ceilings. Growing up, I used to ask my dad, why do people drink so much haterade? I mean, literally, because how is it that a woman of color always on the short end of the stick? When history shows time and time again that we have been the past, the present, and projected to be the future. So I told myself when I got older, I'm going to change that. No other Black girl will ever feel like how I felt growing up. And keep in mind, I am still growing up. That mentality is instilled in me. If anything, deciding to go to a small PWI makes people uncomfortable, and I'm unapologetic about it. At first, I was reserved about the artwork that I created, the project selections, and yeah, but then it clicked to me and asked myself when I am so apologetic. I shouldn't be because I am more than just a number to diversify my university. I am more than a Black girl who can run track and be a face of an institution that represents only a fraction of my identity. I am creating something in history that I will be one of the first to do, if not the first Black girl to make a magazine of women of color by an entire staff of colored women. Entire. I want to create a magazine that represents us so why not have an entire staff that does exactly that? So by doing this, I open the opportunity for jobs. In America, jobs are hard to come by. My mom always told me, don't let somebody else take your slice of the pie. And just because the color of my skin is brown, that doesn't give people the right to make me feel less than I deserve. I intend to cancel all thoughts dedicated to this by dedicating this magazine to every girl out there who does not have themselves on the magazine cover, the billboard, Super Bowl advertisement, Disney Kids ad, political propaganda, or the headlining name of movie premieres. I want to be the central hub of resources for all things Black girl magic, whether they range from business owners, activists, artists, women in health, and much more to exemplify that young Black girl's dream and success is not hard to come by. Representation matters. It guides us to discovering our own self-identity, Black and Brown history, and the ultimate inspiration for empowerment amongst people of color. Therefore, I challenge you. Maybe it's not starting a whole magazine from scratch to your final project of undergrad career like me, but finding ways to actively make representation in our community for those people to support your dreams and reflect who you want to see in the world. Trust me, it's scary, but the first thing about living is not letting fear define you. I dare you to look fear directly in the eyes and challenge it. And if it hasn't already been done your part, then help the next generation, the next person achieve theirs. You never know what doors can open when you see someone like you standing right by your side. Thank you. I did speak a little fast. Sorry.
Woo! No, you were flowing. I felt like you had bars. You were flowing. That was, first of all, that was amazing. And I don't even know why you were so nervous. I'm glad you were pushed to do this because that was amazing and inspiring. Because you're a student. Are you a student?
Yes, I'm a student.
Oh my gosh. Please show her some love because you had no reason to be nervous. I mean, this message just straight fire, popping bubbles, making dreams a reality. Like, I feel inspired by you. And I want to thank you for inspiring us because it's like we talk about this collaboration, but that energy from, your generation and my generation, other generations, like, yo, that's how we get this done. That's how we really redesign ourselves and our cities. And so thank you so much. Woo.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. Lexi says you showed up. You got some fans in the comments. So look at that chat. Yolanda said you brought the mic. Yes.